Now,
Oh,
and I think we might be live.
we are live. Hello,
Okay.
everybody.
Good evening, folks.
How are you?
Now, I want to see before we start. We're only staying on for like a half hour, so
Yeah.
maybe 45 minutes, just doing a wild and crazy conspiracy chat. I mean, I'm already mad, so it's okay for me to be mad on top of that, but I'm the good kind of mad. The crazy type of mad. Crazy. Well, that's why it's so hard for me to people to believe shit that I've said. But if you've known me for a long time, I've always said the same shit. For the most part, I've said the same shit.
That you have.
Yeah, and
That
I'm
you have.
talking about friends that have known me for like 35, 45 years since I'm a kid, 45, 40 years. God, I'm not that old yet, but let's see. Okay, if I share, Joe, you might have to turn up your phone. I want to see if we share really quick. If Bailey's song plays correctly.
Hope it does.
Well, it did for us,
America.
but I want you to check on your phone
Land of
Okay, let me get it to go.
while we're sharing
America.
really quick. Share, share.
Home of the free America.
See, we hear it perfectly. Anybody in the chat, maybe they can tell us.
For no idol
Yeah, it
or
worked.
Did it?
with hope, prayer, and
Hmm.
steady hands,
So I know
we
what I
will
did wrong
die
then.
for
Okay.
our beloved homeland.
Very nice.
It worked
Very,
beautiful that time.
really.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
so
cool.
there's
Pretty cool.
very good, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that song. And you know what? The more you listen to that song, it gets better.
Oh yeah, it's one of
I
those
really
songs that
like it.
keeps
I
getting better.
really
Yeah,
like the lyrics. I like the music too.
I know. I got
Mhm.
to go over the lyrics because
Thanks, Bailey. You're
I
awesome,
know
bro.
Bailey, you did a great job, man. Here is my Bailey is one of the first. It's funny because Bailey is not really. He's mega, but he's
Hmm.
not pro-Trump,
No,
and
right.
I get it.
No.
But Bailey has always been mega. He's always
Hmm.
been constitutionally sound, correct, and he is.
Believes in the Constitution, believes in America, believes in the people. And that's what we are.
And he's one of the people that had as much of a crazy life as I had.
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know how else to explain that. But he is one of the first mega I met, like 9 years ago, like before Trump was president, for sure. Amazing. Time flies when you're having
Getting
fun.
it really has. It really has. Time has flown.
Oh, tell me, you said that the we mentioned yesterday that the commissioner from New York had an understudy or whatever, and he had
He,
CCP
mhm.
connections.
He had a connection to the CCP working for him. Was like an aide to him.
And didn't he retire, Joe?
Yeah, the commissioner decided he was going to go all of a sudden retire.
No,
Yeah,
there was
look,
something
look up.
else to
Hmm.
there was something else to that.
Yeah.
Why did he retire? I
I'm
mean, I know
coming
you
in.
probably you worked, you didn't read articles today, but
I did not read articles today, and I didn't. All I saw was the part where it said he retired. But I think we know why he retired, don't we?
yes,
I
I would
think
say
so
that's
too.
correct. I would say that is very correct, yes, sir. All right. So I put a very interesting picture up that I did myself earlier today. Did you share to oh you did. Okay,
I
very good.
did.
Tell me, take a look at this picture. Oh, look at these octopi. I love octopus. And they're just
Would
brilliant
be
to me.
so easy to make him look like him. All I would need to do is squint.
Right. That's exactly right. Look at how close the eyes are. But I mean, the smile itself, the teeth even, he wouldn't have to do much to his teeth. And the biggest for me is the nose thing. Okay. Um, this is what Jim Carrey maybe 20 years ago because he is ancient now. If you look at him, he looks like he's been hit with the bulldozer. But if you look at his nose on that right bottom picture, you see, you can see that line in his nose, right? That vein popping out of the left side of his nose. It's right there. It's just more pronounced in this Biden picture, right? And then the smile, dude. Look at the length of the smile. Not many people have a smile like that.
Mm-mm.
All right. The right side is shorter, the smile, the indents of the cheek, and the left side is much longer, just like Jim Carrey. This is phenomenal, people. And I don't watch much at all except for like YouTube, certain people on YouTube and um whatever Joe tells me, basically. But oh, and Sarah told us about the hat yesterday. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank
You
you.
made my night, girl. And when Joe, I have to confirm anything. It's not that I didn't believe you, Sarah. I have
Mm-hmm.
to know at least by one other person
Mm-hmm.
to know it's you know, you gotta.
Oh, it's all over the place now.
Oh, sure it is. I wouldn't doubt
Mm-hmm.
that Sarah was the first person, and of course from Australia, to have told the rest of us. But I mean, that's a giveaway itself. Why would he do that? So all of a sudden, Biden disappears. Jim Carrey starts coming up on shorts on YouTube again. He he hasn't been around for a while, guys. He was around a couple years ago, before Biden's election, and he was painting mad pictures, which were beautiful, by the way. They were terrible but beautiful. He did a good job. It was different type of artwork. I'm not going to go into what type, but he had some kind of study. I know that. And because it was linear, I don't want to explain it, but he had some type of study. Jim Carrey showed me right then and there that he's a smart man, and it pissed me off that he was so anti-Trump at that time. But possibly it was all an act. Let me let
Could
me
be.
let everybody think I hate him, and they never realize I was Biden. Now you could go and look up all the videos of Jim Carrey tripping, falling down, how he was very good at it, and how Biden trips and falls down. Come on, people, time to wake up. They're going to come out and tell you. You see, and it's going to be shocking, much more shocking than have me tell you, right? When, you know, the EBS system goes off or CNN decides to give in. Well,
Mm-hmm.
CNN doesn't know. They don't know. They were fooled into believing that it's really Biden. You get it? The Democrats didn't know. They had to get the rest of the pyramid, the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah.
So they had to act it out. They had to find all the little guys that they didn't have enough of an alert on like Black Page or Backpage, whatever their platform was for selling sex and kids and whatever else. They had a ton of them. Now I'm going to show you something I put up, and I'm so sorry it hasn't gotten much attention in our group. Hey, hi, there we are.
Hey, peace.
Um, yeah, I'm kind of sorry it didn't get that much attention. Oh, this was my favorite. I just decided to like go
Notice how
crazy.
my state is colored out.
People are liking the way it looks, so let's
Yeah.
hope it continues. Okay, here it is. Let's watch this for a minute.
Women are now revealing how their faces look when they remove some of this extreme makeup. And you can just see it. Oh man, she's peeling this thing off of her nose. It's pretty radical. It's almost like plastic surgery effects, but done all with makeup, almost like with these prosthetic type of appliances. And there she goes. She's revealing more of her true self. And at least, this is temporary. So I think it's not a bad way to maybe test out some of these changes before getting more plastic surgery and more invasive types of procedures. But this is definitely not for everyone. I can only imagine how long this takes to apply. But I guess like over time, they're done with this Dewey makeup and they want to get rid of it and they want to show more of how their faces look. And maybe they'll still go and get plastic surgery, but I guess they don't want to keep applying this stuff anymore. Interesting trend.
I've watched this guy before, and he had done, I believe it was him, he had done um a little episode on Biden alone. Or was it might have been a hair guy. I'm not sure. I watch this guy once in a while. It's interesting. You learn things, right? So they show Biden from when he's a, you know, teen, maybe 18, 19, 20, and then he starts losing his hair. And then, yeah, it might be this guy because he talks about facial, that Biden had plastic surgery. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking he hit it up right here. He got it right this time. He didn't say about Biden. Biden didn't have plastic surgery. They're actors. They have fucking makeup on. All that shit that comes off that plastic. Look at what they can do. I have seen this guy seems to think this is new. Oh, or maybe this is an older video. But even Joe and I were talking about this is 10 days old. Okay. I have seen it before COVID. So it's prior to 2019 at least, where a boy, and it was an Asian, Joe said it was someone else for himself, but for me, it was an Asian boy, and he had all this stuff on, and he was a girl. He
Yeah.
was a girl. You had no idea it was a girl. He
Right.
covered up even his Adam's apple with the makeup. So
You couldn't tell. You just couldn't tell.
no, you couldn't. No, you could not. Bringing that up, let me see if I can find it. I mean, it was, and I'm telling you, I could normally tell. That video scared me. I was just like, and I knew makeup was good. I knew what I could do, to people. I, and I'm nowhere near, I knew some people that were makeup artists. I'm nowhere near that. And they're nowhere near the capability that's out now. Mama Helen, I'm going to show you little pictures, if you don't mind. See, now people have a hard time believing in reptilians. I told you, I said this in last night's live. This is not right. This, my friends, is a gill. It's a fucking gill.
And look on her lapel. Look at the mic on her lapel. You see that?
Yeah,
You're not supposed to have mics on your lapel.
that's pretty odd. So
Nobody
everybody was
said
talking
anything
about the
about that. Why didn't they say anything about that? Did
That is
Trump have
pretty.
one?
I mean, we all know it was the earrings. Or it doesn't. This is all fake, guys.
Hmm.
Trump was in on this. Don't fucking tell me about stupid little sorority sisters. Are
You
you
think
out of
so?
your mind? Sorority went out with fucking the 80s and the 90s.
Hmm.
Okay? It really did. It's nothing that have you heard of like hazing deaths and
No,
stuff in the last
they don't do
15,
the
20
hazing
years?
anymore. They don't do
No,
that.
people,
But
fucking
they do
that
still have the
that shit is
sororities.
that Greek crap is out.
Yeah.
Stop with the sorority crap. It was meant to get your attention. That's all.
Mm.
Come on. Oh, they were sorority. This is not a female. This isn't it.
It
I
isn't it?
can't. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure
Yeah, he
either.
said he's not going to debate Kamala Harris again.
Look at
She
that.
didn't show up for the one for the Fox, he said, for the Fox debate. She was a no-show and refused to do NBC and CBS. So no, there will be
Wrong.
no third debate.
Stupid people.
That's what he has written. That is
I'm
what he
sorry. I'm
has.
making fun of like people getting all excited over stupid shit.
He's calling her
We have like
Comrade Harris.
aliens running the country and the
Yeah.
fucking world, but they're scared that
Mhm.
there's sorority. I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell you, people, these are not humans. They're not
Right.
humans. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm just so excited about that. It just pisses me off. It's like, come on, people. Really? How do you do you think for 1 second that we weren't gonna find out that they were sorority sisters?
Yeah.
You fucking serious? Information in the palm of our hands. Somebody wasn't gonna give it away?
Yeah.
Are you God, you're still all you guys are staying with the past. That's
That's
past
everybody.
crap. They're trying to make it very simple for you to wake up. I
Hmm.
just want to smack you. I want to reach through the I want to reach through the computer and they're here.
They
That
are.
is not human. That woman is not human. It's not even a woman. Anyhow. I'm so sorry. Just like I can't understand. I mean, I do understand why people are having trouble with it. It is not a very easy concept, you know. Oh my God, there's aliens. Well, yeah, man. We're too fucking stupid to have created half the shit on this earth. This was my argument with my eldest brother for like our whole lives. He believes that people had ingenuity and were very capable of doing the pyramids. And I said to my brother, I said, you stay in business, Chris, because you ain't good at physics. Okay. I don't
Hmm.
know what to tell you. You know, you always look up to your older brother. No, and he still believes that we landed on the moon. There's proof. There's proof that they show you. They show you proof. They do. Nobody else can. NASA can.
They're the ones that released the tapes that they didn't go to the moon.
Who did?
Wasn't it them or the government or whoever? How did they get the tapes released? Somebody had to release them.
I'm
You know
not sure.
the
No,
tapes
I
where
don't know
they
what you're
show
talking about.
where they
Huh?
show the movie sets of the moon.
Oh. Yeah. Well, they're in books and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what you were talking about at first. Um,
Clarification, please.
right. It is like that.
I know. It is
So
anymore, I swear.
you guys have to really wake up. It's time to wake up now. It really is. I've been saying it for 8 or 9 years, and a lot of you, I mean, everything is indoctrinated. Everything. You could go back to the old butchering medics in the Korean War, like MASH, are probably better off inside your body than these doctors nowadays. Well,
Hmm.
some of them actually figure things out for themselves, and those are the doctors I trust more. They study it for 10 years and they're like, oh, this is a better way. And those are the doctors you want to find and go to. Oh my God, this is crazy already. Um, there was, I'm not sharing, right?
You are not sharing.
Is that dog
The
under me?
violence of voodoo coming to a town near you.
Right. Well, that's what they're making you believe it's voodoo to not scare you as much, but it's not voodoo.
It's there. It's, yeah, violent nature. The violent nature of the Haitian religion.
It's always about religion. It's really always about
They
religion.
always have their because in this country you have freedom of religion,
Think.
but that's a little extreme. And we don't. I don't think we allow sacrifices.
But yet God did in the Bible, didn't he?
I don't know. Did he?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He put an end to it, but he
Did he accept it, or did man say he did, and man just did it? Because owning something then
who asks you
was,
to kill your children, Joe?
but
What? Let me say that. What
but
would
did he?
ask you, Joe,
But did he?
answer me.
But
What
he
would
didn't.
ask you to kill your
I
children?
don't
What?
know. I don't
Well,
know.
it's not God. What is it going to be?
But is it really true? A true story?
If it's not God, Joe, what is it?
But is it a true story? It would be the devil.
It would be the devil.
Yeah,
And who would put that in the Bible?
I don't know, man.
He's
Because
on to
man
me.
sensationalizes his problem.
But who would gain more? Would you think Satanists might gain
Yeah.
something to say you should eat your you should eat your God? Do you know how many people do not believe in the body and blood of Christ?
Yeah,
Because it sounds cannibalistic.
I
Hello?
do.
Because it is. It is, people. You're very religious, and I find you very sweet. And I'm talking to a bunch of you out there. There's so many of you. But you gotta wake the fuck up now because they rewrote your religion. You cannot have something like the Illuminati being in control for years and years and years and not have the Bible or your manuscripts or anything else in history messed with.
Well, I know
It's
that people weren't that smart back then either. So they were easier to manipulate, and
they
especially if
didn't know how
they
to read. They had no education. Only the
no,
smart. See,
but
at
they
the
had
one
but they
time,
had priests,
the priests were manipulated.
and
They're going to live
the
in
priests
golden
and the
luxury.
priests
Most priests would say,
manipulated the
hell yeah.
people, right?
I'm sorry, what?
And the priests manipulated the people.
Yes, they did. Anybody ever watch Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, he's great. Michael, he played the friar. Ah,
Friar John,
yeah, Friar Tuck. It's
Tuck,
Little John. Friar Tuck.
Friar
Uh,
Tuck, yeah, Friar Tuck, Little Tuck, yeah, right.
you see, there's actual proof about Robin Hood being
Oh, I believe that story 100%.
there's a yes.
Absolutely.
Because he knew about the Illuminati. You got to understand, it all goes back.
Hmm.
So I'm watching Bob's Burgers. And the whole point was The children were going to the store and mom wants the dollars back, but they can keep the coins and do what they want with the coins, right? So the kids go up to the store and they tell the cashier, you don't really see it, but you hear it afterwards. They tell the cashier, we want our change, we want, our money back all in coins because we don't like the creepy eye pyramid thing. Because who puts a fucking creepy eye pyramid thing on your money?
Uh,
Come
Illuminati people.
on. I can't wait
It's the
until
people
like
who own the
Trump
money.
can come out and be like, hey, I'm the real Trump. Biden, Jim Carrey, great acting. Kamala Harris, black eyes. Those aren't
Hmm.
dark brown people. Where's her fucking iris? Where's her pupils? She's black-eyed with a gill.
Hmm. It's
I'm
creepy.
so sorry to be the one because yeah, I believe in like Star Trek and Star Wars and all this sci-fi crap, Doctor Who, that I'm the one that has to tell you that this thing is a fucking fish. A reptilian. Nancy Pelosi even said it, didn't she? Something about them all being reptilians. You can't look into that thing's eyes. And I wonder, okay, because what happened, the story goes
Hmm.
that the conspiracists believe, right, is that we won, right? Q won. We had extraterrestrial help. We could never have done this on our own, right? And we had help from aliens that were part of the crimes to begin with, which would explain Kamala. She was like a low-level reptilian. I know it's really hard. I talk about it as if, yeah, they're just here. And you'll hear me talking about it as if they're just here because I am 100% a believer. Look at the back of Joe. Look at the back of me. This isn't fake shit. This isn't NASA shit. You don't have to be NASA to get this crap. Well, maybe a little colorful, but you don't. You go to the Alps and you see the Aurora Borealis and you tell me there ain't something up. Why can't we go to Egypt? Why can't we go to Antarctica? Wake the fuck up, people. Why can't we go to Mel's Hole? Why? Why can't we go to that hole in Canada has one too? Holes that lead millions of miles down, apparently. Well, maybe not millions. It couldn't be millions, but hundreds of miles down. We can't investigate? Only the government? What? What? The best and most sacred things about humans is that we want to learn, we want to know, we want to experience. Star Trek was real. People want to get out there. People like me. So I'm going to squash your little religious beliefs because there's much bigger shit. Okay? There is a God. I'm not going to tell you there's no God. But you can't believe the Bible 100% when you've had atheists, Satanists, and Illuminati ruling the world for
Hmm.
millennia.
You know
You
what?
can't you can't believe in both. Yes.
This goes along with that because you know the story of the Bible is
I believe the Bible, Helen, the Bible has been tampered with. You
right.
cannot have Illuminati around for 1,000 years owning everything, knowing the education, indoctrinating everybody
Hmm.
without the Bible. How could you believe that God's son? You see, it's you're indoctrinated into the religious system. How can you believe that God's son would want you to eat his body and blood? Who believes that, Helen? I'm sorry, Mama. I love you to death, and I love religion. I love the whole spirituality. But there are some stories like putting Isaac being put on the spot, or was it Abraham, had to kill his son? That's not God. God would never say, take your son to the hill and kill him. That's indoctrination, Mama Helen, to believe God would say that. No good God would say that. The devil would. The Bible was rewritten by the evil because there was
Mm.
no good people around to stop them.
I think
None with money
it
or
was
education.
infiltrated, is what I think.
The Vatican was taken over by the Templar. You know the Vatican is corrupt. The Vatican is a serpent's head. The Christ figurine in back of where the Pope stands is demonic on the other sides. It's all meant to fall. So you can believe that the Vatican is taken over, but not the Bible? Seriously, who had education? Who had the money? Who made the printing presses? Who made the assembly lines? All of them Masons who became priests. They were the good priests in the day,
Hmm.
laughing at you taking communion. And then they were the satanic priests at night. There's no doubt. No doubt. We know that. We know the churches have been used for dual purposes. Well,
Hmm.
what do you think? That the good people go home and the bad people come? No, they're one and the fucking same, some of them. You just don't know it. I really, I am not, I used to think I was the only one out there. Then I started hearing it on South Park. And yes, I do believe the cartoons. I absolutely, because they know something. Um, uh, David Cohen and who's the other one from The Simpsons? They know. They've been telling us for years. How about because they never thought the Illuminati never thought we'd catch on to their symbolism. We're too stupid, which we are because they blocked out our frequencies. I put up that post. Joe, did you want to say something? I know I'm angry.
Uh,
I'm angry because people are not fucking waking up, and people that I don't know. Go on. What?
I, I forgot. I forgot.
I know,
I
right?
lost my train of thought. I'm
Well,
good
I
at
keep I
that.
keep saying.
Hmm. Oh, I did want to say something because I just saw. I should have saved it, but I saw an article where they had actually unearthed a an artifact that happened to be a woman's finger. Guess how old this finger was?
How old?
9,000 years old. That's wet. That's real.
And anything else about it?
Huh?
What about it? I thought you were going to talk about that giant finger you found because that's very
No,
believable. The
no,
giant
it was
ring.
longer than that. It was, I don't know what I was going to talk about, but that was, I did see that where they had unearthed that finger. That was so weird because it was, I may be exaggerating with the years, but it was the oldest thing that they had found that was human.
That doesn't make sense. They have 200,000-year-old bodies.
Yeah, it was older than that.
Ah, well, that's a big difference then. That's a
Yeah,
big difference then. You're
it
talking
was
about nine
the
years to
oldest thing.
200,000.
Mhm. And it's
Joe had found a
petrified.
ring.
It's petrified, and they can see the bone inside it.
So it must have been frozen or something.
It was a woman's finger. So,
Okay. Now,
and
Joe
the
had
woman
found
was
a
6
ring
foot.
the other day
Hmm?
that was, how big was that ring?
It
It
was
was,
huge.
you could fit on somebody's leg or something, right?
Mhm. Yeah, but it would not fit around your neck because it would be way too bulky. You really couldn't fit it on your leg because it didn't look like it went on your leg. It would definitely get in the way of the movement of your other leg. It couldn't go on your arm because it would get in the way of your side, and your your arm would be hanging out like that kind of, So it was huge. It was definitely a ring. It was huge. It looked
That's
like
the
it went on a thing
Nephilim.
about
That's
that
in the
big.
Bible. See, Mama Helen, things in the Bible are true. They didn't think that we'd
Hmm.
understand that some of it's false. And it's as simple as looking at the other religious texts around the world. The Jews don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God.
I
They
believe in
believe that
God.
he was just, he was really good at tricks and
Hmm.
stuff. Or what I like to believe is that he's not from this fucking world. It wasn't. If he was anywhere near God's son, he wasn't from this world. That means he was what?
Alien.
Alien. Don't fuck up the words between humanity and religion, because humanity is way, 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 way older than any form of religion. The words, Aramaic words are older than almost any form of religion. So don't confuse the two. That's what freaking bothers me a lot about the Bible. I mean, look at this. Look at this giant Buddha. And when I say giant, I mean it is like, it looks like the size of a fucking subway station. It's huge. And there's a big, what's there? A swastika? Was I saying it yesterday? The swastika. They took away, they made it makes me feel sick to look at it because it's embedded in our minds that the swastika is bad. Meanwhile, I believe it's the chemical, which would be mercury plus iron or steel or something, to make endless energy. See, that's the shit they took out of the Bible, Mama Helen. That's why I know it was tampered with both ways. Both ways. They took out some of the good and some of the bad and some of the evil. Can't be. The things can't be. What was the one on our channel? There was another interesting one that put up in the community. Let us see, let us see. This is like, ugh, look at this. Look at that. Nobody even liked this. See, let
That's
the
just
deprogramming
sick,
begin.
right?
And I
That's
I
just
mean it,
sick.
huh? It is
That's
sick.
just sick right there.
How wrong? I mean, this is impossible. Like I was saying with the Tampax, they're just putting it in boys' rooms so they could fit the puzzle together. They could put it up their bums and practice. Sick bastards. Sick fucking bastards. Now look at this. Can you read it, Joe?
Food has a frequency. Ultra processed foods are between 0 and 5 megahertz. Organic foods are between 50 and 160 megahertz. Superfoods and heirloom plants are 160 to 210 megahertz. Nutri-medicinal substances like herbs, Irish moss, shilajit, and medicinal mushrooms are between 210 to 320 megahertz. Consuming these high frequency substances have been regarded by yogists and monks as a way to raise your own frequency, which can result in heightened consciousness, vitality, higher thought forms, and stronger intuition.
Yes.
In fact,
We are
what do you think?
frequencies. I I thought it was hysterical, like 6, 7 years ago. They have this a high megahertz machine, right? And they measured different vegetables and stuff. I'm not exactly sure what they were looking for, but they cut the tomato and the tomato screamed. Sorry, vegetarians, including myself, but apparently they were alive too. I'm not sure why this happened, but it would make sense because heirlooms are like tomatoes, old seeds. I had to ask my sister to make sure. She was like, yeah, they're things that have been around for a very, very long time. Heirloom, right? Something an heir keeps going. So, like tomatoes, potatoes, those are very, and I guess potatoes too, but old. And for them to, and I keep saying about
Mm.
the mushrooms too. I
Yeah.
really, I would love any scientist, any doctor out there, because I remember back in the 60s, there was a Doctor Who episode, and they were showing it was a huge, it was these episodes were long, and they were most people would consider them boring because there wasn't much action or whatever. Um, John Pertwee, he was excellent though. Oh, I loved him. And they were doing all these scientific experiments on mushrooms. And at that moment, I found it the most interesting thing in the world. And for some reason, but I think that nothing's a coincidence. If something sticks out in your mind, there's a reason for it. Just try not to forget it, right? Come to find out when grandmother died that they called it mushrooms from cancer. I I didn't know that. My sister reminded me of that. I thought she just had brain cancer when she was up at 84 already, but they called it mushrooms in her lungs. Very strange because see, mushrooms grow like they're fungus. They keep growing. They're very good for you. I would eat them. I would love a
I like
scientist
mushrooms.
to see if mushrooms do
Mm.
prevent cancer. I mean, I only have my husband hates mushrooms. He doesn't eat mushrooms. I mean, it would have to be really chopped up or covered up or something.
I don't want to eat the magic
And yet he's
mushroom.
had cancer a lot, so.
I'm not trying to eat the magic mushroom.
Well, if you
Maybe.
want to have that kind of a night.
Maybe.
Guys, I didn't really want to argue about religion here because it's not religion. That's what you got to understand. It's not a form of religion. This is actual history. Okay? It, we're trying to find out what history is real and what's not.
Mhm.
All right, you can believe in God and Jesus. It's not religion. It doesn't mean it's religion. That's a human concept. You get it? We created that, or the evil did. Just because you have God that created you doesn't mean it's I gotta bow to
Didn't
him and so
recreate
religion.
everything.
No, that's
No.
not what God. If they created us, listen, we have fish. Do we want them? Well, some people are evil, right? Those would be the devil people that would put fish under rocks and not let them see the sun of day, right? But usually you get pets and whatever else, and it's so you can enjoy them and they can enjoy life. And that's God, my friends. God doesn't put these temptations in your head to eat an apple. And all men will be sinned because Eve ate the apple. Notice it's a woman. Notice every man is who wrote in the book of where's Mary? There's books missing. There's biblical texts missing. So no, we cannot believe in just little bits of information. We cannot.
Mm-mm.
They're saying now that Jesus is from Africa. They also say that there were no crucifixions done at the time of Jesus Christ.
Right. But we know there was. So
No, we don't. No, we
we
don't.
don't? Oh, we don't.
Who knows, Joe? Who's in control of everything, Joe? How,
I'm not.
how do you
That's
assume that we know
definitely
the
not
truth
me.
about anything? They tell us high blood pressure is now a gimmick. Where people were so concerned and they're taking high blood pressure pills all over the fucking place. And now they're saying it's a gimmick.
Yeah.
If you can fuck over people about fucking high blood pressure or to give your babies 20 vaccines when they're only a month
Yeah.
old,
Take a pill. Mhm.
and going back to Isaac or Abraham having to kill their kid,
Yeah.
right? That's what they're doing with abortion, people. Anything about killing or death is not godly. I don't care if it's written 20 billion times in the Bible. It's wrong.
Right.
God
Yeah.
would not have anything to do with that. God would not even mention don't sleep with another man or another woman. God would not say that. Sorry. Why would he put the fucking idea in your head? Just like they want to put the idea of Tampax in little boys' room for a reason, to get ideas into their heads.
Hmm.
It's all indoctrination. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I do believe that there's a
Much
God. I do
longer.
believe that there's some helping us, but I don't think it's
Hmm.
as all worshipy as you guys really think it is. It's more like we are one. God cannot exist without us. We are his heart and legs and arms and brain and whatever else. And he would never say, go kill your baby. I'm sorry. He would never did. This was the problem I had with religion for the last 30 years or more, actually. Because I couldn't believe God could be so mean until I realized it wasn't God that was mean. It was the people and the devil making God look mean. Get it? You have to really think. I know it's so hard to. And Matt, I'm not really sure I like what you said either. I I agree with you. Jesus did not die for us. It makes no sense. That whole story has never made sense to me. Jesus died. No, thank you. I was said no, no, thank you, Jesus. I'll die for my own sins. How about that? Do you ever think of that, you selfish nuts? Why would the Son of God and we still say it makes no fucking sense. If it doesn't make sense, Joe, what is it?
Probably not true.
No.
Just saying.
I'm sorry, they invaded us. And Joe hates this. Let me tell you, Joe is not liking most of the shit that I'm saying, but he is accepting it at this point. He would walk away when we had discussions about Catholicism and everything. And
I
it
don't,
wasn't,
I don't a lot. I have my own thoughts.
well,
That's
that's
what
good
I have.
too. That's good too. But can you deny what I'm saying? Can you deny that there's truth of what I'm saying? They've controlled the world for
Mm,
a millennia. So what makes people think that they didn't control religion? They controlled the sciences and the mathematics and the population and
mm,
everything, but not religion. No, they never
yeah.
touched the Bible. Really? Really?
Well, I think how
So
can you judge us by how one man's life was thousands of years ago versus life today? It's you just can't.
oh, right. That's another thing.
You
Did
know,
Jesus
because no
really?
matter who you are, it doesn't matter who you are. In your mind, you go home every day and you think you're a good person. But it's the actions that you've done that day could have had an impact on somebody in a negative way. Do you understand?
There's
So, were you
there's a
good
belief
to that
system in that
person
too.
that day? You probably weren't. But to everybody else and to yourself, you at the end of the day.
Hmm.
Just saying.
It's very difficult to take away people's religion, and I'm not trying to take it away. I'm trying to say you're more involved in it than you think.
You
You
should
are
love
part of it.
everybody. Yeah,
That's why
that's right.
it's not a religion. It's a religion of us, if anything. I think RFK even said it. We are all God, right? It's
Mhm.
I don't
I
want
know.
it to I know I'm very excited with this stuff because I'm just excited that I'm in this galactic group and they're telling me the same stuff. And I said to them, you cannot if you're going to teach, you teach it right. You teach them because the memes say one thing. The memes are like, how can you
Just
believe
to
in the
say
Bible?
what's
Blah,
right.
blah, blah. This is stupid. But I try not to say it like that. All right. But I take the story about the thread. I've done this before. Sarah mentioned that, linen in hospitals have higher vibration and it's healing. Now, I was showing you that about the fruits and the heirlooms. The monks believe this. This is very fucking old. This is Canterbury Tale times, okay? This is very old beliefs. Yogists and monks, right? Why then? Wait, what was I fucking I always go back and forth.
You do it all
Why
the time.
I know.
You do
Um, what the fuck was I saying before that?
something about the
Damn it, I
monks.
had a good point. It will come back to me.
Yeah.
Richard, Joseph, Matt, Helen, thanks for all being here. I'm not sure who else is here. Oh, the frequencies. I got to get back to the
Mm.
frequencies, right?
Hurry up real quick on this, then we'll end it after that, okay?
So the Bible, well, you could go, Joe, if you're not
Mm.
feeling well. I get
Mm.
it. So the Bible is, you see, what did you do to me again? You made me fucking forget again. The Bible says things, but halfway. The Bible say things like don't plant um your peas next to your potatoes, right? Why? Why? Is it something we have to do? Well, people let it go for years. No, we eat meat on Fridays now, right? People let it go. But maybe there's an actual reason for it. Like Sarah brought up about the linen. Now, in the Bibles, it says, do not mix your threads. Now, of course we do. I'm wearing half polyester. I probably have cotton on, whatever. We're so used to it. But why would the Bible reference it? Because if you wear all linen, it's more healing than wearing polyester and a mix. If you wear all cotton or all wool, it's more healing to the human body. But the Bible doesn't explain it correctly. It
Mm.
explains everything else
Oh,
so
oh,
well, but not that. They took it out. They didn't want us to know. Now, maybe it's possible if we plant our potatoes next to our cucumbers, we're going to have a much better harvest. There's a lot of very things that we're learning about vegetables and fruits, like cucumbers. They're so filled with water. I mean, they're like, if you're going out drinking, eat a cucumber that night. You won't have the hangover in the morning. Not as bad, at least. All right, poor Joe. He's out of it. We'll go, Joe. We have so many people on, and you want to go.
no, I don't have anything to say. I didn't do any reading. It's like, sorry.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't
Yeah,
mean that we
yeah,
can't talk about because you're still talking.
yeah,
You
we're
just
still
not. He
talking.
hasn't been feeling well.
We're still talking.
Hey, Dingo, what's going on?
I'm
I
still,
want to be clear. I am not putting down religion. I am not putting down the Bible. I'm not. I'm trying to find out the truth. The thing, if they're omitting stuff from the Bible, like the fact that Mary, I don't know if Mary wasn't, there was Mary the prostitute. No, that was
Mary,
Jesus' wife.
mm,
The fuck out here.
Mary Magdalene.
They made her who would make a prostitute? Who would make Jesus's wife a prostitute? Could it be Satanists?
Hmm.
People, really? You really have to take. I don't know as much as the Bible as maybe I should, but you
Mm-mm.
take it with a fine-tooth comb, man, and make sure you reread it and fill in the gaps. There are 77 books, I believe, missing.
Mhm.
One of them written by Mary herself, not Magdalene. Wait, there's Magdalene, there's the Madonna, right? That's Jesus's mother. And then Magdalene was the prostitute.
Supposed.
Right? What the fuck? And Dad used to say to me, I'm
Well,
joking. The two oldest, one second, the two oldest occupations in the world is prostitution and
Okay,
teaching.
my point.
Teaching makes sense because the Greeks and especially the Greeks and the Romans, they were teachers. But prostitution?
Yeah, same
Where
thing.
did we learn that? Dad was going to be a minister. My father was pretty religious when he was younger, before he met mom, I guess. But that would be where he knew it from, the Bible.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave that there because
Hmm.
God wouldn't talk about prostitution. He wouldn't make Jesus's friend a prostitute. It just doesn't add up. I'm sorry. Doesn't add up. Joe, I'm sorry that you feel
Oh
so
no, I don't know, man. I don't know.
we didn't we were only gonna be on for like an hour, which it's been, so we're gonna get off uh now, but we are having open chat on Sunday. So that
Yeah,
means you guys can come in. We have
I
to,
will be feeling better.
I hope so. I hope so by then. Maybe we'll hear some good news on. Please keep praying for Justin. He's
Yeah.
still there. I think there's a reason for Justin being locked up too.
Hmm.
Besides it driving Joe completely mad every day.
There ain't no fucking reason for this.
Yes, there is.
No,
There
there
is. We
isn't.
just don't know it yet. Joe, there's always a reason for everything.
This is
Oh, now
my
I got him
white
talking.
privilege. My son is still in jail, and that is my white privilege. Thank you very much.
It is so obvious that his son was attacked. It has been, and his family. The first thing my husband said when he saw the car stripped, he said that was personal. It just seems personal. It all just too much in 1 year. We'll get by that, Joe, together. We'll we're trying. We're thinking of everything. But the lawyer, where the fuck is she? I should say
She's
her name, but you guys know who she is, and then you all call her and say, "Get him the fuck out." It doesn't. So stupid. He would have been out like a month ago in New York
mhm.
because he didn't kill anybody.
This is a
And he was
travesty.
protecting himself,
Yeah,
and it he was attacked. Like, this is like the fourth time. That was the fourth time.
yeah. Fourth time.
And then somebody had the balls enough to go after Joe's car. Something not right. And your neighbors are going to have video. We're going to have to find out. All right, guys, have a good night. Joe needs to go to Betty Bye. And I'm
He
really
does.
sorry if my big mouth like
It is.
upset you. I just, regardless, I'm not saying I'm totally right, but regardless if I'm wrong or right, you must think outside the box, even in your deepest belief systems. Kamala is, look at that thing's eyes.
Yes. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
never.
God, it's just creepy.
It's
And
creepy
nobody is saying anything about it.
because people are hypnotized not to look at it. Hmm? People are indoctrinated into seeing this as, oh, it is what it is. It's amazing. Jim Carrey looks exactly like Biden. It's just cool, but they're not clicking it together. You have to wake up and it has to be soon, people. Please, please, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt if you don't. That's the only reason why we're here
Mhm.
is to help I mean, I'm in groups, tons of groups with like hundreds of thousands of people. Okay. I'm not alone in my thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm just able to, I have the ability
Projecting.
to not just be on Facebook at this point. And these hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are going through dimensional shifting. Like me. I'm telling you, you might think I'm crazy. I think I'm crazy from some of this shit. I can't even eat meat anymore. I can't. It's not because I don't want to anymore. It's something in me has totally changed because I'm outside the matrix. I might not be 100% right on my beliefs, but I am outside the matrix. And I have met people in my dreams. I am not kidding. I even have made love to people. You know, I'm kidding. I wanted to get your attention, Joe. um, yes, things can happen in your dreams. I'm having the same fucking dream for 2 years. And some things, a lot of it's in Trump Tower, but not in Trump Plaza. It's not the same. It's not in New York. It's some other building. It's very strange. But most of the time there are aliens around and they're all over the place. Hey, I had dreams about 9/11 before it happened. Buildings falling for months. And I told my friends this, and I told them what was going to happen. Do I believe? I don't believe I'm psychic or anything special. No. No, I'm not. No, please. Everybody is special. Everybody. You all have your own frequencies. It's just a matter of escaping the indoctrination, the matrix, and then believing in yourself. Love yourself. Believe it. You believe yourself, Joe.
I do.
That's pretty good. Goodbye, guys. We love you. Have a good night. Peace.
Right, guys.